Hey folks, welcome back. I believe I'm on now. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. So this is a fine Sunday morning in my little neck of the woods, and I've already got the coffee flowing. Hey Dee Dee, good morning. Working and lurking. Working on the weekend, what? It better be something fun. There's a big black bug in the bottom of the water bucket. Okay, so yeah, we are good today. A little bit of a delay, but we're good at least. Hey Wanda, welcome, welcome. Kathy, what's up? Good to see you all today. And yeah, I'm just about ready. Wow.
Rivali's gale is now ready.
Rivali's gale is now ready. Music to my ears. One nice thing about the DLC... Ooh, that's a pretty screenshot. Look at me getting all shiny rocked with photo opportunities. What was I even saying just a second ago? Yeah. Wow, it's gone already. Hey Marigold, welcome, welcome. Good to see everybody today. So guys, no agenda, no plan. Random shrines. I'm gonna hit a couple that I've already been to. Now in the first playthrough, you know, I did this more thoroughly. I kind of did a little route. I did some looting. Especially here in this area, there's quite a lot of looting. So I'll probably kind of sort of do that, you know. I don't know, that's really gonna take time to, like, I'll never get these shrines done. So what I might do instead is just put a link in the description below for those older videos that showed those routes, just in case anybody's interested. And all the looting that I did. And how I got in there, of course. So yeah, for today I think I'll just stick to the shrines. Stick to the choppa. Yep, a shiny rock, Dee Dee. Did I just start your bingo card for you? So, wow, I'm just kind of like mentally thinking right now. I have not done a lot of shrines. Like, I haven't been over to Forgotten Temple or whatever that's called. Forgotten Fortress. There's a couple of shrines up here I haven't hit yet. There's one down in the canyon I haven't hit yet. Kayla, I haven't gotten either one of those. I don't believe I've activated the... Nope, we need the dragon scale for that one. There's a lot of shrines. In fact, I don't know how good my mental math is going to be. And that's not an integer of 4, so that's not going to help me at all. 10 times 4 is 40. 44, 48, 52. Four times 13 is 52. So I have 18, 28 with the stam. I think I only have 8 shrines left if I'm doing the math right. Oh wow, that really hurt my brains, you guys. So 8 shrines. Let's see if I can call them out. I'm standing at 1. There's 2. There's 3. Rainforest makes 4. Forgotten Fortress 5. Eventide 6. I didn't count that right because that would be 7. There's like one out here. There's one like in the cave here. That would make 9 down here in the canyon. Okay, see, that's what I get for trying to do mental math. Anywho, I'll figure it out. And, oh yeah, and then there's the one down here. Horon Lagoon. Yeah, we got a lot of shrines. Whew. Got my work cut out for me. I don't think I'm going to get through all these today, especially if I do a little bit of shiny rocking between start points and shrines. Hey Tony, welcome, welcome. Keely, what's up? It's very early, yeah, no kidding. Yeah, Dee Dee, no kidding. Lore does math. And there will be some funny little cartoon thing happening in the background. Because that's what's happening in my head. Hey, AJ, what's up? I have a sneeze coming on. Any minute now. It's trying so hard. The funny thing is, American Justice, I just read your message as hello all. And then I read you can't type, so then I went back and reread it, and I was like, oh, Jello. Okay, yeah, totally read right over that. Hey, Iwa, what's up? Welcome. Doing great indeed. It's a beautiful weekend. Perfect weather here this weekend. Although I have some adulting to do today, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to enjoy it much. Okay, yeah, so I recognized the first part of that name. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Alright guys, I'll go ahead and start this little party here. And get myself out of the way. So I'll give you another early word. Toodles. Toodles. Alright. So yeah, I'm just kind of mentally debating like how I want to do this. There's a lot to this area. Like there's treasure chests under the water, there's enemies there. A lot of treasure chests though. Quite a few gem nodes, there's some Karoks. Yeah, I think I'll put a link in the description below for this one because again, there's quite a bit to that. And that's really getting to a point where it has nothing to do with the shrine anymore. Welcome back everyone, Level Up Royal here with you once again. Guys, time for some shrine hunting. 3 boxes. Before I get into it, if you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like, share, subscribe, comment, I always appreciate those things. I know there's 3 metal things that we have to put on this giant switch. One of them is accessible from the switch itself. And these have loot. I want to say one's a Zora sword. Not the best weapon. And it's a long throw, so my switch is working today. And Agent Smith is at work today. What's up, Agent Smith? Welcome, welcome. Alright, so that makes 2 metal. Whoops. Two metal objects going on that switch now. Oh! Alright, once you got your 3 chests on said switch, go ahead and grab this block that just opened up to us. And this block is going to be multi-purpose. We will need it to get up. And then once you're up, I think we're out of here. We don't even need the block anymore. I don't know why I'm carrying it. So folks, I hope that helped you out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like the video, I always appreciate that. Hey Cora, welcome back. Night Night, hey, what's up? Funny, I clued into your name because I've been researching that Hollow Knight a lot lately, so I caught on to the word. And then there's another... Excuse me. Then there's another game I've been looking into. It's supposed to be a lot like Breath of the Wild, and I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I can't remember the name of it. It was like Baby Knight, or... I've talked about it before, but now it's just eluding me. I think it's a PS game. Or a multi-platform game, I'm not even sure anymore. But yeah, it was like Baby Night or something Night something. Nightly, maybe? I don't know, my brains are frying eggs right now, so I'm going to try to stop thinking. Alright, so that was the 3 boxes. Let's get up to Akela next. And guys, I know I didn't even go over here, but there is a stable / shrine right here. And then, of course, we got the one I've already activated. I'm still trying to work out that math problem in my head right now. And then I realized I couldn't do both at the same time. That's why I was just like standing there. That was my brain power hard at work. I got 10 stamina vessels. That's 40. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I was counting the 4 heart containers that I got from the Divine Beasts. So I said 8. It's actually going to be 16 plus 8. So I've got a lot of shrines left. Wait a second, that doesn't sound right either. 16... 4 heart containers at 4 orbs each. Yeah, that's 16 for sure. So yeah, that would be 24 shrines? Really? I thought I was a lot closer than that. 24 shrines, that's not a small number. Oh, I wasn't paying attention, jeepers. Okay, that says I have 56 spirit orbs. Oh, wait. I was trying to get the shrine count. One more time, guys. I'm so sorry. Been a while since I've had to calculate this out to see where I was at. Okay, I've got 100 shrines. So yeah, that's... If I had 100 shrines, then that would only be 20 shrines left. I'm so confused. I'll work that out later and figure out where I'm at. All I know is that now it's not close. Wow, it's been a while since I've been in here. Okay, so I know I have to push forward. There we go. So forward, then left. So you switch light users? I know, guys. It's a party. I don't have a good answer for you. Maybe try standing up, but that didn't seem to help me much either, so... Alright, I'm going to go ahead and grab that chest over there. I think it's nothing I want, but I will show you how to get it nonetheless. I like to use a round bomb here because it just, you know, gets over there. That's kind of like your shield. And then... good old trusty bow and arrow. Okay, I always wondered if you could stasis this thing. You cannot. So yeah, that chest, guys, it's tough. I am not gonna lie. You really gotta do some fancy footwork here. Yikes! And they give you just enough of a curb there to kind of catch Link from going over the side. But sometimes it's just not enough. So again, guys, you just got to play with that one. Very tough chest to get after. Long throw. Yep. Long throw is in the house. That's 2 long throw weapons I didn't want anyway. Everybody loves long throw. Should make a song about long throw. Long throw, my long lost friend. It's gonna be a terrible song. Alright guys, the balls in the holes. Another tough one. It's all about those fine motor skills with these motion puzzles. Like, they're tough. So that did not go my way there with those two. Gonna try to unstick one and not the other. Okay, so again, guys, not easy. You just gotta really keep playing with it. I got frustrated with this. I don't know any real good tricks for it. Other than if you're stuck, just reset. You know, get the balls back up top side here and use that thing to your advantage. That thing in the middle, it's there for a reason. And, well, I'm really not... There we go. All three need to be on one side of that block thing. So again, it's there for a reason. And I do know that when I have gotten stuck in the past, I've been able to kind of use that block, get all the balls kind of together again. Together again. And then, you know, just kind of slowly work them back down from there. And yeah, it's really easy to overcorrect. Like, this was not one of my favorite puzzles in this game. I'm not going to say it's the one I hate the most, but it's definitely on the least favorite list, I'll put it that way. Okay, so I got the one back over there. And then I'll try to unstick those two again. Well, the trick is to unstick the two without, you know, messing up the one that you already worked so hard for. There we go. Yikes! And there I go overcorrecting. No! I lost it. Come on! Fun with balls, part 1. There will be many parts. Ah, you little jerk. I almost had it. If I had Jedi mind powers, this would be a lot easier. Okay, so... yeah, you really just gotta unstick the other one over there. Some way, somehow. Okay, there we go. Come on, baby. There it is. Alright, so yeah, you're gonna spend some time on this one. I think that was harder than the math problem. So folks, I hope that helps you out. Please take a moment to like the video. I always appreciate that. And until the next time, happy hunting. Alright, we're not quite done yet here. We have like somewhere between 19 and 23 shrines left. I think. Possibly. Most likely. Could be. Okay, see now it's saying I have 101 shrines, so it has not counted the one I activated yet. I guess it only counts it when you actually get the spirit orb. So I'm at 101. Well, that makes the math pretty easy then. If there's 120 shrines in the game, I've got 19 left. I still didn't think I had quite that many, so wow, I'm really... $19. Okay, yeah, some of them are starting to come back to me now. We've got quite a few down in here. In fact, I'll hit this region next after I'm done with Akela. We gotta ride the deer over here. That rhymed. Totally. Awesome. We've got the Haroon Lagoon. And Funline I'll kill over here. Of course, I'm going to go out of my way for that. There's another shrine like here. I think that's pretty much it for that region. Ah, scratch that. There's another one here. That one's tough to find. Like, you gotta look for an archway or a tunnel in the rocks or something. Actually, I think it's back in here. Alright, that'll get us going. So for every 4 pins, I'm basically going to be unlocking another spirit orb. Or, yeah, you know what I mean. Heart container. So thanks for... hold on a second. Welcome back, folks, to Asparagus Augustus Shrine. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like the video, I always appreciate that. I said Asparagus Augustus. So I'm pretty sure all those letters were used in my defense. Yeah, thanks for asking there, Sodlink. Yeah, I'll probably redo the TOTK playthrough. I'll do it more direct and to the point, you know. I won't do it like region by region and taking 2 years. I'll just kind of do the storyline, I'll do the regionals, etc. Kind of like this BOT playthrough. It was more targeted, more toward, you know, fast character leveling, and then just kind of hitting the main points from there. But yeah, I do plan on modernizing that one eventually. Oh wow, I way overshot that. I just Happy Gilmore'd that thing. So yeah, to reset the ball, you kind of got to back out of that thing and reopen it. But yeah, real easy, guys. Just tap it in. Tap it in. Tap, tap, taparoo. Alright. Once you got your platform moving, now we're not quite done in here yet. If you guys want a treasure chest, there's one actually behind here. It's not for me, but I'll show you guys how to get it nonetheless. I want to say it's like a giant frost blade or something. Great frost blade, whatever they call those things in this game. And this one's tough, guys. Like, you gotta get the power right, but you also gotta get the aim right. Because it's, again, real easy to overshoot. So yeah, that crashed and burned. Whoa, I didn't even hit the ball that time. So Switch Lite users, again, I'm sorry, I got nothing for you here. They didn't really think these through too well on the motion controls, I don't think. If you didn't have a good TV and a docking station. Alright, so I got lucky on that one. Normally, I can spend some time in here trying to get that thing sorted out. And just because curiosity killed the cat, I'm gonna go see what I got. Oh, I almost fell right off of that thing. It's long throw. It's always long throw. This is Link when he gets long throw. Yippee! Yahoo! So, folks, I genuinely hope that helps you all out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like the video, I always appreciate that. Also, feel free to leave your thoughts and comments below. I love to hear other ways to solve these puzzles. Alright guys, I'm just going to do those little outros in between, you know, each shrine, because I do plan on breaking these out at some point, so I want them to more or less be pre-recorded. So speaking of, like, you know, modernizing the TOTK playthrough one of these days, I keep looking at news on Metroid Prime 4, and, you know, of course there's a lot of rumored dates out there, but I guess on some store somewhere in some foreign country, I think Russia, if I've got that wrong, you know, I'm not quoting it, but the article basically said it was put up for sale already with that release date of 18 September. Well, 18 September, that's like next week or something. It's close. So, like, I don't think that's really going to happen, you know, if it hasn't been announced by now. So yeah, if you guys, you know, have heard those rumors, like I have, I wouldn't hold my breath. That was the date I was kind of holding out for, but again, guys, like, we're pretty close. Like, today's the 7th, that's what, 10 days away? 11 days away? My math is still broken. So yeah, anyway, when Metroid Prime 4 drops, you know, it might shadow drop. It is still within the realm of possibilities, I suppose. But, again, I'm not holding my breath. But if it does drop, I'm going to be stopping everything else, you know, for a while until I get Metroid Prime 4 going. Because, guys, I have been looking forward to that game for decades. Like, literal decades. So, you know, I apologize in advance, but I'm going to be taking a couple of weeks there just with that game alone, which will put a pause on BotW and Star Wars Outlaws. Alright, so enough about that. I'm actually going to go hit this Lynel since we've been talking about it. That's a lot of fun and is very lucrative, by the way. Keely, I need Starbucks. So, Cora, I've heard of Platoon a few times now. I did not mean to actually go in there. It's on the list. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But yeah, I hear it's a lot of fun. Huh. Oh yeah, that's a ice spear, I believe. Whatever they call that thing, the frost spear. Alright. I need to sell some stuff off, man. These menus are getting too confusing to look at anymore. I've probably normally done that by now in my playthroughs. Alright, see, I'm going to head kind of sort of toward green, but right of that. And again, there's some stuff to do there. I'm not going to get too tangled up in like the every little Karoxy, but I'll try to point out a couple of big things, like the 2 gold rupees right next to each other, for example. Boomin', is there a shrine with a Starbucks in the back? Or, maybe a better question should be, where is the Starbucks with the shrine in the back? Maybe I should call the Starbucks marketing office and see if we can do some kind of a mashup. Alright, honestly, I'm probably not going to bother killing this Lynel just because I don't need anything right now. I've got a pretty beefy inventory. Now then again. What? Oh, that's right. Can't do that in this game. I mean, he's right there, you know? I kind of feel like I have to kill him now. Go ahead and bone system up for this one. Ooh, and look at that club, guys. 62. I'm kind of excited to see what it looks like. Now, I don't have any more extra hearts. I've eaten all those meals. So this ought to be interesting. This ought to be real interesting. Hey Atlantis, welcome, welcome. Oh, a no motion controller, that's interesting. I missed the K. Or was it me that missed the K or somebody else that missed the K? No bingos yet. Not yet. We've had one this early before, but yeah, that was like rare. That was insanely fast. Yeah, I can absolutely do a Hinox. I think there's going to be a couple close by here, so that'll be fun. Yeah, I love killing a Hinox. I just use like a one-button technique. It's super easy to pull off, so I'm always happy to demonstrate that. Yeah, Atlantis, that Metroid was so much fun. I just hope the Metroid Prime 4 doesn't feel like a 20-year-old game. I'm not, you know, I'm not keeping my hopes up too high for expectations, just because I have a bad feeling it's going to feel like a 20-year-old game. But yeah, for its time, it was amazing. Arya, hey, welcome, welcome. Howdy to you two as well. Yeah, I already had my brunch. I actually had time to eat today. I was up early enough. I'll probably do the black Hinox right now because I'm so powered up with Link. So yeah, I'll definitely show you that. So I've got a little bit of time to show the attack there. But the red and the blue are, you know, just so much easier. So we'll do the toughest. For sure. Alright, guys. Go ahead and get into this now. I've got a little bit of airtime left. I'm going to take advantage of that. So I'm up to silver Lynels in my game. We'll check out this insanely powered up Dragon Bone Club against that just to see what it looks like. Uh-oh, that thing's damaged already? Then again, I have been using that thing for a while. That was the extra stamina wheel I bought from the comfy bed, or whatever the bed was called. I don't think it was called the comfy bed, because you get like a rock hammer massage. Okay, so that's that club against the silver Lynel. Yeah, that's ticking them down pretty good. Makes a difference. A noticeable difference. Alright. I have to drop my long throw. I know, I'm super sad. Wowzers! 99! Haha, I caught Agent Smith on a coffee break. Loving it. Oh my goodness, you guys, I don't think I've ever had a one-hander quite go up that high. Like, I've had them go up there, but 99? Like, that's Crusher comparable. Oh my goodness. Guess what I'm doing? There needs to be proof. Dang. Okay, now I'm kind of glad I, you know, stopped to smell the roses on that Lynel kill. I was half expecting durability there, and I would have been okay with that, given the weapon I just picked up. So yeah, look at me, you know, almost running off, totally forgetting about the 2 gold rupees that I came here for in the first place. I'm getting all wiggly-toed thinking about 99 Savage Lynel Sword. Alright, so, gold rupees, absolutely. So not only do you get the gold Lynel and all his, you know, beautiful loot. I said gold Lynel, this ain't master mode. But you get 2 golden rupees. That's 600 rupees for killing them plus awesome weapons. It's like win-win and win. Now guys, there's more stuff around here again. I'm just going to leave a link in the description below for this. So much fun. I love this area. It's beautiful. Like, I love the topography. I love the graphics of the plant life and stuff. They just did a real good job on it. And there's a lot of little hidey holes. There's a couple of treasure chests hidden well. Yeah, this whole area down in here, this lagoon, the fishing, you get your prongies, lots of Octorok trouble, be aware of that. But right around these little islands, especially in the middle, guys, look for the crabs. Lots and lots of crabs here. So again, I'll leave a link in the description below just in case you're interested in seeing the playthrough on all that. But for right now, I'm just going to kind of beeline it toward green. And get this shrine done, since we're on shrines today. So it's funny you said that, Atlantis. Yeah, like, I'll never forget picking up the first Metroid Prime, and I was, like, new to it late. Due to just, you know, life happenings. I was not really gaming at the time. I was quite, you know, tied up with other things. And, speaking of Crocs, balloon over there. Right under that overhang, as a matter of fact. And so yeah, I bought, you know, Metroid Prime thinking, oh, that looks fun, you know, whatever, I'll try it. Because I know I liked the Metroid games from back in the day. And I was into it. Like, I played that game on repeat. Like, my kids to this day will remember, like, listening to some of the musics and stuff from some of the different biomes in there. And the sound effects or whatever. So anyway, you know, I was playing that game for a few months. Just having a blast with it. And then, I don't know, I just Googled, you know, like, are they going to make a second Metroid Prime game? And then I found out there was another one, the Metroid Echoes. So of course I went, like, to the store that very moment. I went in whatever I was wearing, which was my pajamas. I didn't care. I went right to the store and I bought that Echoes game. And I loved it every bit as much. Like, completely different storyline, different planet, but every bit as much fun. And then, yeah, you know, fast forward to the Wii. Then that Corruption came out and I loved it. I didn't like the motion aiming. I wasn't a big fan of the motion. But the game was beautiful, it was awesome, it was fun. So yeah, I played those games a lot. Alright guys, you don't technically have to talk to Cass. I'll just go ahead and do it here to do the Shrine Quest. Hi, daughter. I love you too. Let's see. You're either at Target or Starbucks. We were actually just talking about Starbucks. So Marigold, yeah, in my first few playthroughs I did that. I hoarded my weapons. In my mind I was always going to save them for, you know, that one real tough enemy. And then I never got to use them. Like, I killed Ganon, and I ended the game and I was like, wait, I never touched those. Not even once. So then, like, I started making, like, a better effort, you know, to actually use these and have fun with them. But yeah, definitely know what you're saying there. Yeah, gotcha, Atlantis. Amazing indeed. Ah, thanks, Aaron. Best dad in the world. I got promoted. See, Atlantis, that Corruption, it was a Wii only game. Wii U, I'm sure as well. But yeah, it was beautiful. It was gorgeous graphics. It was so much fun. Like, I loved how they integrated the Phazon into the super suit, into the power armor. So, like, if you still have a Wii, that might be worth looking into. So, daughter, my ringer is off because I'm, well, streaming. So it's kind of funny, like, you didn't get on here and say the canaries are in the compound. I already told them what that was all about. Ah, Keely, you have a Starbucks runner. Hey, daughter. If you're going to Starbucks, let me know. Yeah, Marigold. Good call. So I definitely taught them your tip on that ice block thing, and I keep telling them how you taught me that, you know, 8 years after the fact, and I never knew. "8 a.m.? That was like my midnight." Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the shrine quest here. So I think you have to, like, just break the rocks that are blocking the wind. There's a lot of rocks to break in this area. I don't think you necessarily have to break them all. Wow, it's been a while since I've done this one. I don't think I even did this one in Master Mode, just because it's kind of out of the way and it's work. So you know you did something right when that happens. And then yeah, there's tons of crabs in here. I think all the crabs are here, like the armor, the attack, and the stam. And while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and do this little play basketball. I usually get this one first try. Let's see what happens. Alright. I mean, let's try that again. Wow, normally as soon as I throw it, I know whether or not it's going in. Third time's a charm? Alright. That one was a swish. I love you too. We'll see you later. Let me know if you go back to Starbucks. Alright. Oh yeah, there's our dragon. I don't believe I need any of his scales or anything right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and ignore the fact that I just saw that. There's more rocks to break right here in this little donut structure. Right down there. And again, that's an indicator you did something right. So I think you have to see this play out to this point right here. And then once it kind of shows you the pedestal, it should light up. And that's your green light. That means you can now catch a draft and get over there. And guys, it's tricky. You have to land on the top part, the flat part, and kind of even somewhat in the circle. You don't have to do a perfect bullseye. But, yeah, it definitely wants you to land on that pedestal. And I'm not 100% sure if you have to catch it and go through already flying from here. I'm going to try from here and see what happens. It's been so long since I've done this now. But for some reason, memory is telling me I probably should have caught this draft sooner. Actually, no, that worked. So we're good. That's probably the easier way to do it. Because trying to catch the draft through the mountain thing, it's kind of challenging to even catch that draft. And I can't remember for the life of me if this is just a blessing. I think it is. So folks, I hope that helped you out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like the video, I always appreciate that. Let's see what our prize is for all that work we just did. So yeah, Keely, you know, speaking of playing games with family, you know, the kids and I would just sit down and have our game nights where we would all play like Mario Bros, the one from the Wii. It's 2D, but with 4 people in there, it's chaotic and it's just comedy. So yeah, that was a lot of fun family time. Then we'd also, of course, play all the Mario Karts as they came out. We got into Rock Band at one point. Just anything we could play together. It was always a lot of fun. Mario Party 8 on the Wii was huge. We had so much fun with that game. It's basically like playing a virtual board game with the fun character animations and sound effects. Yeah, they did a real good job on that one. That was probably my favorite Mario Party of all time. In fact, I wish they would bring back Mario Party 8 for, like, the Switch 2. I would totally rebuy that again and play it on Switch 2. It was that good. Alright, guys. Didn't I have 4 shrines? Okay, yeah, I sure did. The other one's over there. I always lose, though. Yeah, that Mario Party, it really is the luck of the draw. Like, I had one game where I was rolling ones. Just one. And it was terrible! Alright. Yellow. I guess we'll do yellow next. Oldie Yeller. So it's funny, of my 3 kids, one of the kids never won a game. Like, it started getting to the point it was really frustrating her, and I get it, you know, like, just bad luck. Like, you can't do anything about that, especially when the bonus stars start kicking off, and, you know, it's just kind of randomized as to what bonus stars are coming, even. But, yeah, it got to a point, she just kind of, like, gave up on it. Well, I get it. I think we got her to play one more time, and then, yeah, that was another loss. So that just kind of put the nail in the coffin. Well, it's quite a headwind. They really don't want you to fly straight to that thing, do they? That's okay. There's a lot of goodies around here, too. Like, check in the water around here. Oh my gosh, I'm not even going to make it to land. Quiet. Shh. He has nothing for me, and I just did not feel like getting involved. Alright, so yeah, there's definitely stuff around here. You already see my Sheik asleep beep in there. I'm not sure exactly where that chest is. That direction somewhere, maybe. But, the way I like to get into the shrine, it's a little bit of like a maze, a spike maze. So I just kind of go right in through the front door there. Wait a minute. Wow. I haven't been here in a while. Ouch. Oh yeah, if there's spiky things around, I'm gonna find them. Case in point. Okay, so you can't get over that way. How did I used to do this? I don't remember it being this complicated. I remember flying to it, but I don't remember from where. Well, I guess I'll just do it the old-fashioned way, just kind of go through the maze here. Of course, I could be remembering that wrong with flying to it, because I remember the wind here was a problem. $8 a.m. I think I got up to pee for the 3rd time at 8 a.m. Like, I don't like to get up that early on my weekends. No way, Jose. Alright guys, this shrine is quite a puzzle. Now, I found that the easiest way to do this was with fire arrows. Now, I've had a lot of comments from my older video saying, you know, I don't have any fire arrows, what do I do? Well, you know, you would just have to play with the puzzle the way they give it to you. You know, light the flames, light all the torches without extinguishing them over here on the water side. The other option is you can always light a campfire. So you can put, you know, put down a bundle of wood. They do allow that in shrines. Whoops, jeepers. And then, of course, you can drop your flint, or you can use a fire weapon, by the way. So if you happen to have a flame blade or a meteor rod or anything like that, you can light your fire that way. Or, you know, you can just drop your flint. And everybody's got flint. Flint is everywhere. And then you can strike said flint with any metal weapon. And that'll also get you your campfire going. Once you got your campfire going, then you can just use regular arrows. And it kind of makes fire arrows that way. So yeah, guys, however you decide to get fire arrow action going, that is really the way I recommend doing this shrine, just because it's such a tough puzzle. So what I'm going to do here is just kind of push this block around until that water is not hitting any torch. And to do that, you're going to have to play with this thing a little bit. And I can't remember now if there's a torch on the rear end of this thing. Okay, there's not. So we have two surfaces there where there's no torch. So what I'm actually going to do in that case is hit this switch right here twice. Or actually just once. Because that gets that out of the way completely. Now we have no torches in the water. They're all now lightable. Okay, make sure that actually lit. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't light. I don't understand what I do wrong. Wait a minute. Is this the one you can't light? Okay, no, you can. You just have to hit it right. So that's it, guys. Once you get them all lit, door opens, you are out of here. Speaking of fire... you can also burn the things down. I don't think you can actually clip those with bombs. No, you cannot. So yeah, you definitely need fire arrows or a campfire to get this down. Or, you know, a meteor rod might get up there too. I'm not really sure. Actually, I don't see how you would get a meteor rod up there. Forget I just said that. Funny, I seem to find a lot of opal in shrine chests. And it's usually shrines that have water in them. Let's try that again, shall we? I wanted to clear the chest just to make sure I'm not missing a hidey hole of a chest in here. No beeping, we are out of here. So folks, I always hope that helps you out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like the video, I always appreciate that. And let's see, we're about an hour in on the stream. Not sure how far I'm going to get today. Again, I didn't realize I was that far behind in my shrines. I knew I had like somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 to 10, just kind of like looking at the map and counting them in my head. But wow. There are many more. So yeah, Keely, you can do it just by spinning the things around. I think that's how I figured out the first few times. And then one day it just kind of clicked. I was like, wait, can I use fire arrows? And I was like, shortcut! So awesome. Hey, Sean RF, welcome back. Good to see you again. Oh yeah, night into Hinox. Where was I thinking I was gonna find a Hinox? One came right to mind that was right by a shrine. And now I'm brain dumping it. Actually, maybe I'll just go sidestep real quick and go do a quick one. There's one that I wanted to kill, and I didn't. At the Lynel Tower. Right down here. Then again, he doesn't have the best weapons set. But I do know that he's a fixed black Hinox. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that one, because In anyone's game, that'll always be a black Hinox there. And I think I've got to do some cooking. I'm getting low on attack power meals. There's our dancing idiot. He's always dancing. Alright, so yeah, for my Hinox kills, I like to go in with stealth. And if you really don't want to bother killing it, you can always just kind of climb him. Just don't sprint. You can jump, you just can't sprint. And then you can just kind of steal his weapons. But since I'm going to kill him anyway, I'll take a look at those when I'm done. And it doesn't matter. With this technique, if he's got a leg guard on, it's all good. You'll still clip the toenails, so you'll still get him dead just the same. But go ahead and put your bone system on. And attack power meal stacks with that. That's almost triple damage of the weapon. So yeah, this thing is going to die just pretty fast. Always save that game just in case things go horribly, horribly wrong. And then yeah, just right by the toenails here, take out that bone club and let her rip. Oh, that thing's damaged already? That's unfortunate. But either way, he's gonna die pretty quick. He really doesn't even have a chance to hit back. It's pretty awesome. So I call that my one-button Hinox technique, because literally all you have to do is stand there and swing away. Now, of course, I had my weapon break, so it wasn't technically, you know, one button anymore. But yeah, it's just a lot of fun. I love my Hinox. That works in TOTK, too, just in case you're curious on that. Agent Smith is still in the house. Good to know, good to know. Go ahead and do a tech refresh on my burner bow. Durability, huh? Okay. Grumble, grumble. Well, technically it's attack power up. It's just not one of my better. But yeah, I'll take it, you know. It's a win. So yeah, I hope that's what you were looking for there, Night Night. And that works with any weapon. You know, I just use the bone system because it accelerates the damage output. But, you know, if you've got a good, strong Claymore, that works just fine. Savage, Lynel Crusher, that works great. It's all pretty much the same. That attack power meal helps a lot. And speaking of attack power meals, guys, I'm going to warp away just real briefly here. Go to good old Hatno. Just cook a couple of quick, like, 3-minute meals. Alright. Thanks for reminding me about that Hinox, by the way. I tend to get shiny rocked and I forget. It's not on purpose, I promise. Alright, I'm actually going to try cooking with my monster extract this time. Just because the worst case scenario... Whoops. Yeah, 4. Worst case scenario, it'll only be 1 minute. But, you know, anything high level, I'm going to take it. And of course you'll get some garbage ones too, like a low level 30-minute. It's always randomized. But every now and again, you'll wind up, you know, with that good high level, and again, whatever time I get from it is fine. A lot of my fist fights are over in a minute or less anyway, so, like, that's perfect. And there it is, a good 10-minute. It's always a good thing with those 10-minute. But literally anything high level is a keeper. I wish you could push, like, one button and recreate the last recipe that was cooked in this game. It would just be a nice little shortcut. Well, I'm getting terrible. Normally I get more, like, high level than this. Not so much low level. There we go. Yeah, I don't know, like a recall button or something for the meal. That would be swell. So Nintendo, if you're listening, bingo! Okay, that was a mid-level. So yeah, 3 bananas doesn't cut it. I was kind of curious to see what would happen there. I mean, mid-levels are good. I'm not going to throw that one away. It's just not, you know, quite as high as the high level. Ooh, a 30-minute. I'll take that action. Another 30-minute. Hot dog. Wow, 3 in a row? I better quit while I'm ahead. Then again, who wants to do that? I got one more. This will be the 1 minute. Haha, I knew it. Low level. So much fun. Alright, that's going to be helpful moving forward. Oh, and while I'm at it... I don't think I need that many hearts out of each meal anymore. I don't even know where I'm at and what the math would be, and that's going to start itching my brain all over again, so yeah, I'm not going to do that. Gotta love the rainforest, guys. Like, while I'm sitting here cooking all these hearty meals, images of the rainforest are dancing around in my mind. What? Oh, that's right. I've got all these nonsense things in my inventory. While I'm at it, I know I had a few of those that can go bye-bye. Wow, that 1 extra heart during the blood moon, it does make a difference. I know it's only 1, but... like, I'm used to seeing 23 pop up when I throw that recipe in. Alright, that'll get me by. For sure. Alright, let's get back on track with our shrines, shall we? Lore Consulting Services. I like it. TM. Trademark. I guess I'll have to give you royalties if I ever actually use that. I know, right, Wanda? Yeah, I was milking the cow. And then I got the low-level 1 minute. It's like, yep, that's what I get. That's what keeps you humble. Yeah, so Keely, it's funny, when you're cooking with Monster Extract, Blood Moon doesn't really seem to affect the outcomes. It seems to be pretty well randomized. I've tested that pretty thoroughly over the years. Because I remember, you know, earlier on, I used to wait for the Blood Moons. But then, it just crossed my mind one day, because I was getting a lot of just terrible meals. I was like, wait, does Blood Moon even matter? And I don't know, I probably cooked like 20, 30 Monster Extract meals, like non-Blood Moon, and they turned out about the same. You got some good, got some bad. Alright guys, so we have to ride a deer. And to do that, you're going to want a good fly down point. You know, sometimes the Divine Beast works. Like you can see, I still got plenty of airtime here. I mean, you might have to recharge some stam. Because you have to do the soothing thing, kind of like horse catching. But it doesn't take a ton. But, you know, by the time you fly down here, that's already cooking stam. And, yeah, just try your best to land on one. It has to be one with horns. If it doesn't have the antlers... I said horns. If it doesn't have antlers, it's not going to work. And be careful, because the moment you get off this thing, it's over. He runs away, and that's that. So yeah, make sure you don't push wrong buttons like I usually do. And get off the thing, and then watch it run away, and then you have to admit defeat and do it all over again. But yeah, long story short, once you get him mounted, just go ahead and ride him over to the pedestal. And that should activate the shrine. Oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? Where's the pedestal? Oh yeah, that might happen too from time to time. If you're on him long enough, he's going to start bucking you again. Just re-soothe. And I seem to have forgotten where my shrine pedestal was. Tough to control these things are. Wow, I just pulled a Master Yota there. So Sean RF, maybe instead of lore consulting services, it should be like Master Yoda teaches Zelda or something, I don't know. Choose wisely, young Padawans. Alright, so go ahead and let the deer run away in peace. He served us well. I used to kill him just for the meat, but I don't really use that anymore, so... yeah. Oh, there's a Karak seed here too, if I'm not mistaken. Or not? Or maybe it's a rock. Aha! Okay, this one I don't believe is just a blessing, so we'll get through this real quick. Yeah, true that, Sean RF. Mugdula and Bobkins. Bobkin News Network. Oh yeah, Ancient Trifecta. So guys, this is one of my big time blunders in my first Breath of the Wild playthrough, walkthrough, whatever. Kind of like Einstein saying, you know, dark matter doesn't exist was his biggest blunder. This might be my biggest blunder in Breath of the Wild. So guys, I said that I tested weapons against shrine switches. And I knew for a fact it did damage. But then it came back to me how I tested that. I didn't swing at it with a weapon or hit it with a spear like I thought I did. When I stepped foot back into the shrine to retest that, because I knew something had to be wrong, because I did this, like I remembered doing this. But I didn't use a weapon at all, I used a bow and arrow. And yes, bow and arrow, you know, it doesn't matter what you're shooting, just loosing an arrow... Whoops. Just loosing an arrow will do weapon damage. Notice it's no longer shining. So yeah, when I did that, I assumed any weapon being used against these switches would incur damage. Which is why I did things a lot harder than they had to be done by using bombs to deal with all shrine switches, henceforth from there on evermore. So anyway, I am very sorry for that. It was an assumption, you know, it never crossed my mind. Maybe I should go try smacking it with a weapon, and, you know, I just assumed it would be the same outcome. So, yeah, again, biggest blunder. Apologies for that. Weapons do not incur damage against switches and shrines. But bow and arrow does. So notice that's still got the little shiny, the sparkly, so yeah, it's still a brand new weapon. So anyway, I wanted to set the record straight on that. And let y'all know you can use your weapons on shrine switches to your heart's content. Okay, so enough about that. What I will do is go ahead and do the shrine. Now guys, there's a way to do this. And we need that block. So unfortunately, as soon as I move that block, I think it's going to hit that switch again. I don't know if Magnesis is going to reach that. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Nuts. That's not quite going to do it. Okay, so in that case, what I'm going to do is stasis that thing so it doesn't, like, activate my switch, because I want to be on that moving platform when it does. And pow, that'll get that going. See, I'm just going to set this here for now, kind of get it out of my way, get my chest. Long throw! Agent Smith is definitely back from his coffee break, folks. Look at all the long throw. So much long throw in my life right now. And I haven't even kept them all. Like, this is just the ones I decided to keep because I can trash them on rocks. Like, beyond that, I don't stock long throw. And Agent Smith knows this. So, yeah, thanks, Agent Smith. Appreciate the look. So, yeah, we're going to have to use this box. Go ahead and depress the switch over here. Come on, baby. Alright, and that'll open up that. Now, we have to get from here to there. And the bad thing about this shrine, guys, is, like, you cannot shoot the switch from back there. Like, there's no way to hit the switch. So what I'm going to do is once again stasis. Wait a minute, I got to think about this. Yeah, stasis, shoot switch, and then by the time we get over here, stasis will end and that should hit the switch one final time. Booyah, baby. So folks, I hope that helps you out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like the video, I always appreciate that. Until the next time, happy hunting. Alright, we're getting close, guys. We're an hour and 20 in. So I should be able to get... I want to get at least half the shrines done now that I need to get done. Now, granted, a couple of these are going to be, you know, science experiments. One of those is Eventide. That's going to be its own stream, because that's going to be some time. Probably a good hour, hour and a half. I like to be thorough with Eventide. Show all the chests, show all the weapons, etc. Show the cooking. You know, there's a lot of ingredients to scoop up there for meals and stuff. So yeah, we're definitely going to do Eventide separately. So I want to do at least 9 or 10 shrines today. Also, another science experiment is the Forgotten Fortress. And honestly, or Forgotten Temple. I keep getting that backwards. I never get it right in my head. But yeah, there's a lot to do with that too. There's a bunch of chests in there, and good chests, like Gold Rupee, Giant Ancient Core if memory serves. There's a lot of Korok seeds around here too. So I might break that one out as well, or maybe I'll do like an Eventide and Temple, depending on how long Eventide takes. So that takes us down to 18. So yeah, I want to do at least 9 shrines today, which means I need to get moving. So for now, let's go back to Foothill Stable. I don't know, Keely. I already seem to be stuck in a perpetual long throw, and I don't think I've ever had 99 before, so I'm not sure what the math or the formula is on that. We'll have to ask Agent Smith if he ever reveals himself. So, Agent Smith, if you're watching, let's do a collab. Well, of course you're watching, because I keep getting long throw. Yeah, that would be a fun collab. Lore versus long throw. Can I keep up? I'll be picking weapons up so fast, your fingers will be hurting. Alright guys, this is a fun little bad boy nest. I'm not going to deal with it, just because there's a lot to this one. And I don't know if the chest is loose in here. Or if you have to, like, actually kill the bad boy nest to get the chest. Yeah, it's a monster chest. Oh, wow, they are already on my... Huh, that one guy auto-died. That's pretty funny. That silver does have a bone weapon, but, eh. I'm already pretty stacked on weapons. Luminous stones? That's a nice little fringe benefit. I don't remember what's in that chest. That's like my only apprehension. I kind of want to know what's in there. But if memory serves, it was a spear. I just cannot remember what kind of spear. Oh yeah, there's also a Korok seed here, but wow, that one takes you way out of the way. See, I'm not going to bother. Oh, there's our oven timer, by the way. So much fun if that was an actual oven timer. Oh, there's a blood moon. If I had known that was coming, I would have waited on my cooking. Normally, I'm pretty cognizant of, like, when a blood moon is getting close. It wasn't even a part of my thought process today. So that blood moon is going to cycle while I'm in here, so no cooking for me, and that's okay. So yeah, we just gotta burn them down, or you can actually use bombs in here. You don't necessarily have to use your fire arrows. I can't remember now 100% if there's anything else hiding behind bushes or whatever, so I'm gonna break them all down just to be sure I'm being thorough. But I don't think there is. Okay, and that's like just a source of fire. Just in case you don't have fire arrows, you can light your arrows on fire, or a weapon, or a torch, and then you can burn the stuff down that way. But honestly, bombs work just fine, so it kind of feels like using the flames or just overcomplicating things. Now, there's one exception. We do have to use flames here. But yeah, everywhere else you can get away with not even bothering with the fire. Okay, go ahead and ready that magnesis. That'll get our key. We need the key. I like how the key always stands up. It must be like magnetically charged or something. Alright, once you're in, you can get your treasure chest. Booyah. And once again with the bombs. Oh yeah. I think there's a hidey hole back here. Yep. Another chest. I was not even paying attention. What was that? Ooh, it's attack up Stone Crusher, huh? You already know what I'm about to do. Alright, once again with the bombs. Pow! And we are out of here. So folks, as always, I hope that helps you out. Please take a moment to like the video. That is always appreciated. And until the next time, happy hunting. Okay, now I want to pay attention to my load screen, see where we're at on our shrine count. 106. See, I want to get up to about 110, 111 neighborhood. Or actually 109. 108, 109 neighborhood. Because, again, Eventide and Temple will kind of be its own thing. So, yeah, that'll split the days up a little bit with the shrines. And what have I done so far? I've done the 3 in Akela. Or no, the 2 in Akela, the 1 in Linaru. That was 3. I just knocked 4 out. That's 7. Okay, let me just take a moment here, kind of scan Ah, I think I forgot one here when I went up to... Yep, I sure did. That's an out-of-the-way shrine. Yeah, Marigold, so I think that was just like a time thing. Like when I was playing the game a lot, I seem to be out of practice more on that lately. Having that mental idea of when the blood moon was coming. So yeah, this is one of those shrines. I remember, if it wasn't for the Chica Slate, I never would have found it, because it's so well hidden. Like, unless you just happen to be standing, you know, on a cliff wall that just happened to have a view into this little cubby hole, you'd never know it was there. Like, it is that well hidden. And wow, I might need to take a quick break to go water the horses here. I am out of coffee. I could definitely use a refill. Okay, now that looked like a knight's bow. But see, every time I think it's a knight's bow, it's not. Wow, that's actually a knight's bow. I don't know why that matters. I guess I had to feel vindicated that sometimes they carry knight's bows. Why am I throwing bombs at this thing? I don't know. I have no answer. I guess because I thought it was like one of the little ones that you can one-hit with bombs. And it's not, clearly. Alright, so defeat the Guardian however you so desire. And if that's bombs, then that's bombs. And I go ahead and just use bombs here, because again, it's a lot less troublesome than dealing with flames, and it looks like I caught things on fire anyway. Wow, this just is not my shrine so far. Oh yeah. I remember this one. So we can get these chests down via bombs, and the square bombs usually fly a little higher. Ouch. That just happened. So I wanted to make sure you bingo cards holder that had Lord blows himself up with bombs, you know, actually got to mark that box off, so you're welcome. I totally did that on purpose. Ooh, tech refresh. And from here, we can still use bombs, guys. Now, if you really want, you know, you can use the flame arrows or whatever and burn the 2 crates down. That works just fine. But if you use the bombs, that will actually blow up, you know, close enough to work on the crates. Just like so. Just like so. So that's just how I like to do it. I found it easy. I find it doesn't waste my arrows or, you know, waste my bow durability, etc. But either way, I hope that helps you out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like the video, I always appreciate that. Until the next time, happy hunting. Okay, I feel like we're going at a better pace now. This might be a record for how many spirit orbs I have carried at one time. Normally it's bothered me a bunch, or enough by now, you know, I would go cash those in. So booming. Yeah, I think you're talking about wind bombing. I'm not the best at that mechanic. But yeah, there's definitely a way to fly over the bombs and get yourself like launched. I've pulled it off once or twice, but again, I fumble it too often. Do as I say, not as I do, right? I should take a screenshot of like bomb damage while I'm getting thrown back and have that caption. That'd be awesome. Keely, you're so close. I wonder what word that could be. Hey Lily, welcome, welcome. Alan, good to see you again. Alright guys, I'm going to take that quick horse's break here. When we come back, I know that shrine in the rainforest that I just talked about. Where is that? That would be here. And I need a dragon scale for that, which I don't know if I have. If not, we'll have to go to the rainforest first. Sweet freaking deal. Okay, we don't have to go to the rainforest first. Awesome. So yeah, we'll definitely hit that. There's the 2 shrines on top of the Dueling Peaks. I guess we'll get those, you know, while we're kind of in the area, so to speak. Oh, I completely forgot about the Dueling Peaks until this moment. So that's 3 more shrines. If there's 1 more around here, I'll pin that as well. I don't think there is. No, that's just a loot spot. There's not a shrine there per se. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for this region. Yeah, I'll be right back, folks. I definitely want to go get that coffee break in. So in the meantime, you get to see what my happy animals are doing behind me while I'm gone. And whatever happens to Link while I'm gone. Excuse me. Thanks for your patience, folks. Whoa, there goes my microphone. Mike is misbehaving. Alright, I'm going to catch up on chat. We'll get back into some gameplay here. Actually, before I start reading, go ahead and get ourselves telewarped. And we'll wind up... We don't have Ascend in this game, so I guess there's no quick way up to the top of the Dueling Peaks, or down here to that, for that matter. But I guess this will be kind of like a little bit of a shortcut, at least. As long as it's not raining. I know, those orbs are burning holes in everybody's pockets. It's agitating all of our senses right now. Hey Link Mario, welcome back. Good to see you again. So Link Mario, yeah, you missed it. Speaking of attack power up, and I gotta show it, you know, so there's further evidence. But I cannot believe this weapon dropped today. 99 on a Savage Sword. What? If that thing said 100, my brains might have literally exploded. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a triple digit on a one-handed swinging weapon. But I've never had it that high either. Like, it's always been in the 80s. I don't think I've ever had a 90 anything. So that was just insane to see that number today. There might have even been a mistake. Like, it might have thought that was a Savage Claymore, or whatever those are called, Crusher. I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm taking it. Hey, Silent Soliloquy, welcome, welcome. You have to kill a Lynel to upgrade. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, those Lynels, I gotta tell you guys, it's probably the toughest enemy in the game. Like, it's worse than the Ganon fights. Those Lynels are absolutely insane. Highly overpowered, very tanky, hyper aggressive. It's just not an awesome fight. Yep, that has happened once or twice, Alan. Death by taking a coffee break. Phoenix Flame, hey, good to see you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Makes it all worthwhile. Hey, Lisa Jones. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much, Keely. I appreciate the support, guys. I really do. It's been labor intensive lately, I'm not going to lie, but I enjoy this. Just the interaction and sharing in the joy of the game, and knowing that y'all are enjoying it is just icing on the cake. Definitely appreciate the support, y'all. Yes, so, you know, my daughter made a what do they call that? A guest star appearance? So if you guys have ever heard me talk about 8-8-bit, that's my daughter. That's her online thing. So if you ever are playing Fortnite and you killed by 8-8-bit, she totally apologizes in advance. But yeah, she cuts my hair. She's the best barber I know, because, like, anytime I go get it done, and I'm happy to pay, just they always mess it up. They, like, hack off a lot of the longer hairs, and it turns into deforestation. So, like, excuse me, the bowl used to be down farther on both sides. But again, you know, using barbers and salon shops and everything in between, they've always managed to nick so many of those long hairs off. It's shrunk over time. She's the only one that does it, like, a good job. So, like, yeah, I love her for it. She's always willing. Best daughter in the world. I know she said I was the best dad in the world, and I was just like, oh, so sweet. And I know I talk about her all the time, but yeah, definitely best daughter in the world. So yeah, 8-8-bit, by the way, so now y'all know. You can link those two names together. I need to hang that in my house. No kidding, Wanda. You are not lying. Wow, Shauna Ref. Yeah, if that's the case, that's the only time I've ever actually heard of it. Like, I don't know what the multiplier can go on that attack power up for a Savage Sword. I don't know what the cap is. But to my recollection, I don't think I've ever been in the triple digits, so that's pretty awesome. Yeah, Keely, today I sure do. The man bun almost looks legit. So we might actually bleach my hair blonde for Halloween so I can wear the Sheikah Slate outfit and get the chopsticks and the man bun thing going on. So 100 is the max. Okay, wow. So I was within 1 of maxing that Savage Sword out. What dog? That is insane. Ah, Lisa Jones starting TOTK. Yeah, I really hope you enjoy the playthrough on that. It's a bit long. I was pretty thorough. I did it a lot region by region, so whew. Yeah, it's a long one, but I definitely hope you enjoy it. And thank you so much, by the way. So Phoenix Flame, I do noon Central Time, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for Breath of the Wild. That way it's consistent. It seems to be a good time, you know, for our European friends. So yeah, definitely noon on those 3 days are the consistent days. If I change that, I usually post something in my posts or my community on the channel here, just to let folks know it's canceled for whatever the reason, but that's pretty rare. For the most part, I'm pretty consistent with those 3 days. Ghostwire Tokyo. Funny thing is, I've heard of that before. I have not played it. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and get back into some gameplay here. Got the coffee in. We are good to go. So I'll get myself out of the way one more time. See you later, alligator. Alright, where am I even at? That's right, Dueling Peaks. So guys, yeah, you just got to get up there. If you're early game, you've only got 1 stamina wheel, it's going to be a tough climb. I'm not going to lie. There's really no good way up here. I did it in my very first playthrough, but it took me hours. I kept, you know, running out of stamina. And the funny thing is, at the time, I didn't realize you could eat stamina while you were climbing. That was one of those afterthoughts when I was laying in bed, like, wait a minute, could I do this? Like, yeah, anywho's. Yeah, it's just a tough climb. So, you know, the best way to do this is probably find a more gradual slope. That's pretty doable from, you know, the shrine down here. You can kind of find more gradual slopes up here, find some resting points for Link's feet. Then you can kind of wrap around on this side, kind of do a back and forth, so to speak. If it's raining, it's going to be tough. But again, for brevity and time, I'm just going to go ahead and put on my jumpsuit here and get up there the most direct route possible and just eat the stam. But yeah, guys, having this climbing gear upgraded, it does make a big difference. It saves on a lot of stamina consumption. It speeds things up. It's a real nicety to have, for sure. And on these long climbs, when you're doing all this jumping, always get that final jump. You get some more altitude that way. You just got to be Johnny on the spot there to push that button, you know, and get that stam eaten. Otherwise, you're starting over. Ask me how I know. And lucky for me, it is not raining today. Small victories. And we're still not there. Like, talk about a tough climb. Yeah, I picked the hardest way possible, by the way. It might be the most direct, but it's also, like, the steepest. Wait a minute, did I bipe? No, I did not. Okay. Heave! Where is this thing? Is it on top? There we go. Okay. So yeah, I kind of remembered it being like wedged in here somehow. I just thought it was lower down. So yeah, it's pretty much at the top. Go ahead and activate that travel gate. We're not going to actually do this just yet. First thing, I'm going to keep climbing. I'm going to get to the very top. There's a Korok seed up there. And then we're going to go to the other dueling peak because there's another shrine over there. And the answer to each other's shrine's puzzles or riddles is the other shrine. So, like, it shows you the layout of the way the orbs need to be in the opposite shrine, in other words. I hope that made some kind of sense. So yeah, this is kind of like a twofer. You don't really do one shrine without the other. Yeah, I hear you, Keely. Those things were terrifying, like you had to run away. First playthrough, there was no way I was even getting involved with one of those. Way too scary. Oh yeah, another Korok seed. Since I'm here, it's kind of like in the general area. I'll go ahead and do it. It's fun, too. You get to play bowling. Well, it's kind of like a combination of bowling and football. You got to make it through the goalposts. And it usually works out. Not always. I've had these go the wrong way before, like case in point, this rock doesn't want to cooperate. So in that case, I guess I'll just use stasis to get it going. I hate this with every fiber of my being, but it's a long throw, so I honestly could care less. Yeah, see, sometimes they don't always go the way they need to go. Sometimes they'll get a lucky bounce or a lucky roll and they'll get back on track. Okay, that one worked out. So you might have to give that one a few tries. I would probably drop a hard save there before you start moving boulders all over the place. That way if you use up all three, which I've done before, and it doesn't work out, you can reload that save and give it another try. And another fun little fact about this area, guys, is lots of gemstones. Lots of shiny rocks, and there's usually pretty good drops here, so I'm going to take a moment just to show that. Shiny! And wow, yeah, that wasn't the best. Couple of topaz though, so not terrible. Amber! Oh well. Hopefully you have better luck than I did. So I'm having flashbacks to TOTK right now, and there being that little Yiga nest here. The fake Zelda sighting or whatever. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. We need temp control here. We are up there. So Sean RF, yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier, about the gentler grades. You can really approach that two ways. You can do that here from the shrine, or you can do it from the tower. Either way, there's a little bit of climbing involved. Not terribly so. You've got these little resting points you can recharge stam. So yeah, definitely another approach there that you could use as the tower. Thanks for mentioning that. Also, if I'm not mistaken, there's a stone talus over here somewhere. So that's another nice little fringe benefit from approaching from this side. Not only that, I believe there's a treasure chest right next to this tree with a purple rupee. So that would be another benefit to, you know, approaching from that direction, the tower. Excuse me. Alright, before I go cave diving... cave diving. Before I go shrine diving, there's one more Korok seed here I want to scoop up. 261 apples. I know, Marigold, me too. The big fights, like, I would always wrong button. I'd be doing this kind of garbage, like, what's going wrong? Why am I... Yeah, it was terrible. Sweaty hands. It was a nightmare. It was definitely the stuff of nightmares. Crouching and zooming. Crouching and zooming. Forgive me if I mispronounced that. Oh, wow. Arcas, I'm probably saying that totally wrong. I'm so sorry. But hey, welcome to the stream, and thank you so much for asking. I loved playing Skyward Sword. I wasn't a big fan of the motion controls, however. So, you know, if you're going to play it on the Wii, you have to think about that. You're going to be swinging your Joy-Cons, or whatever those things are called. The Wii controllers. You're going to be swinging those all over the place just to swing your sword. I did not like that. But it was a beautiful game. Graphics were gorgeous. It was somewhat open world. You had big open map areas to explore. The colors were beautiful. I liked the music and the soundtrack in it. The dungeons were fun. The superpowers were fun. So yeah, Skyward Sword, definitely worth a play. But I would look into it maybe for the Switch instead. Maybe not on the Wii so much. So yeah, it's actually not a combat shrine. This is more of a puzzle shrine. And I'll show you that here when we get into it. Yeah, if it's available for Switch too, that would be a fun play. Now, granted, you know, it's an older game, so the graphics are going to look older. But I think once you get immersed into the game a little bit, that won't even bother you anymore. Yeah, I get you, Alan. You're right about that. You do. It's a lot of trial and error. Many, many hours of trial and error. And no regrets whatsoever. The process in and of itself was fun. Alright guys, so yeah, again, shrine time. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do anything in here. The only reason I even came in here was to get the code for the next shrine. So you're going to want to look at this, you know, from a bird's eye view. You don't necessarily have to take this up there. Actually, since I'm already on it, I will. There's a chest up here. So I'll get that out of the way. But yeah, we're going to have to kind of look down at a bird's eye view facing the gate to get out of here. So make sure you're orientated the same way. But there's a code. So on the left, notice that first orb is like halfway up. I call that the number 3 position. On the next row here, the orb is all the way at the end. I call that the number 5 position. On the middle row, it's on the number 2 position. Next row over, the number 4 position, and then last but not least, the number 1 position. So that's a code. That's 35241. 35241. 35241. Ah, nuts. 35241. So go to your other shrine. And this is me actually writing it down because I'm going to forget when I pick up the next code. So the other shrine had the code for this shrine, and this shrine is going to have the code for the other shrine. And I know that made total sense. But it'll make more sense here when I show it. Oh, Far Cry. So yeah, I tried to play those games, but I actually had trouble learning the mechanics. And I never got very far into any of them. Like, the mechanics for everything that you do, it's so different from any other game I ever played. Yeah, good times. Alright guys, so before we do any, like, anything at all with the orbs, we need to look at the code here. So that's going to be 4, 1, and 3, and then 0, 2 and 5. So yeah, I'm gonna write that down too for the other shrine. So what did I say? 4, 1 and 3, 0, 2 and 5. Okay. So once you have your code, and I mentioned there were chests in these. I just flew the wrong direction in the other shrine. It is next to your moving platform, just to make it easier to remember. And you're going to get a couple of long throw weapons in here because Agent Smith is at work, and that's okay. And I don't believe there's any other chests in these shrines. It's just the one in either one. And the other one should be like a claymore style. I think it's the long blade or whatever. Okay, so now we have to put these balls in the correct holes according to the code we saw from the other shrine. And that was 35241. So that's number 4. There's 2. 3 and 5. And that should open up our door. Booyah. Make sure I got those in right, and so I do. And I'll give you guys another bird's eye view of what that looks like with the door unlocked. Or I'll try. The views aren't always the most view-friendly here. So folks, I hope that helps you out. Please take a moment to like the video. That's always appreciated. Hey, Brian Austin. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you back. That's funny, Keely. I read that as OMG, and then I read your OMG, and then I read the first one. I was like, oh, ONG, okay. Yeah. Funny, like, I rewrite over the mistakes. Alright, let's get back to our other side here. Do the other shrine. I know, right, Brian Austin? Like, I do that with every number I come into contact with. If I have to remember it for whatever the reason, it's like I never forget it. Unless it's been a while, and it has been a while since I've been in these shrines. Probably Master Mode playthrough, to be honest. That was, what, a year ago? Maybe 2 years ago now? Alright, so this is 4, 1, and 3. Middle row is 0. Hey, Lego my ego. Okay, let's make sure I'm doing this right. That is definitely 4. That is definitely 1 and 3. We got none in the middle. And then the last two are 2 and 5. And then, yeah, that other chest, I'll just go ahead and get it, because I'm not 100% sure. I think it's the Sheikah brand of weapons, the Claymore style. I just can't remember the name of the thing for the life of me. I'll know it as soon as I see it. But it's pretty comparable to the Royal Claymore. Speaking of which, it's going to be a long throw anyway, so I might as well tech refresh. I knew that because I knew for a fact Agent Smith was at work today. Oh yeah, and let me give you that bird's eye view here. So that's what that should look like in order to get your door open. Booyah. So folks, once again, I hope that helps you out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like the video, I always appreciate that. And until the next time, happy hunting. Oh yeah, you could do the screenshot. I always forget that's a thing. It would have been so much easier to screenshot that than to find a sticky note. Okay, I did not know about Far Cry Primal. I'll have to look into that. And I don't know if their mechanics ever changed from game to game. I think I tried Far Cry 4 and I just couldn't learn it. Like, I had a tough time with it. Is that another blood moon? No way. We just had a blood moon. Right? Or maybe that blood moon didn't cycle because I was in the shrine at the time. That could very well be. Ooh, shiny. Okay, but enough about that. Let's go to our next shrine. Since I've got the scale, I'm just going to hit it now. Leave no arrow behind. And if you don't see it, it doesn't count. Wow, that's a blood moon, alright. So, I don't know, that's kind of weird because normally if you're in a shrine and there's a blood moon and midnight comes and goes, when you come out of the shrine it shows you the little cutscene and then, you know, that's how you know your blood moon cycled. But now I don't remember when I came out of that shrine that actually happening. So yeah, it must not have actually cycled. I don't know why I'm nerding out about blood moon pictures right now, but I'll knock it off. Come on, blood moon. Let's see if you can cycle before my stam runs out. What do you know? It did. I know, right, Brian Austin? I can't tell you how many screenshots I have of accidental button presses. There are a ton of them! Okay, and there is a bad boy here, and I think I already got this chest, because it's such a... No, I did not. That's right, I meant to come back here and do more thorough looting at some point. Because there's some stuff here. There's like... There's a DLC chest here and some other things. I don't know if I'll ever be back in this playthrough, to be honest. Like, just a couple Karak seeds, maybe a chest or two. Yeah, it's a gold rupee, so that's a good early game chest right there. Alright guys, so just like all the other goddess statues here in BotW, we gotta toss a scale into the corresponding statue. So in this case, we definitely want Faroche's scale. Faroche. Pharaoh. So Brian Austin, you're asking, do I need arrows in TOTK? Or is that a statement like, oh, do I need arrows? I mean, if you just look for treasure chests, you're going to have lots of arrows. It seems like that's the most common loot in TOTK chest is arrow. Ah, got you, Tony. Okay, if I haven't said hello, hello, by the way. So yeah, I read the news on that blood moon. Apparently it's only visible from, like, parts of Europe, Africa, some of the Asias, I think, was mentioned. I was not paying attention to what was in there. I think it's a boomerang or something. Oh yeah, Thunder Spear. That's fitting for the rainforest. So folks, I hope that helps you out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like the video, I always appreciate that. And until the next time, happy hunting. See, I was kind of bummed out about that. I was actually going to stay up late and watch that blood moon, but when I found out it's not visible from the States, I was like, wah, wah, wah. Cheeseburger and chips. Oh, I wish I could eat like that. If I ate that, I'd gain 10 pounds. I'd have the muffin top very quickly. Alright, guys. I don't know where I'm at right now. I think I've hit my quota, though. Let me... Okay, I'm pretty sure I've got Gerudo. Ooh, we need one here. That's right. When I came out of Yiga, I didn't come over here and get this one. And that one's nestled back in here, I believe. Maybe down here. It's around here somewhere. This pin will get me close, because I know that's like a fly down point to kill the dancing idiots from. So yeah, since I got a telewarp anyway... Wow, there's no quick way to get there either. I guess the question is, like... Do you want to truck through the snow? Or do you want to climb? I choose climb. And I need to pay attention here. Okay, we are at 110. Perfect. So that'll leave 8 shrines for next time. And then... that leaves the last 2 that I talked about that are kind of more involved, you know, like Eventide and the Temple. And then, yeah, that'll be all our shrines, folks. So I'm just going to kind of pre-pin a few shrines out. And that'll get us going for next time. Okay, so I know I've got the 3 here I keep talking about. There's one like right there. There's one hidden in a cave around here somewhere. Probably over here. That'll get me close. And then I know there's another one down in here somewheres. Oh yeah, that's right. I think I got everything in Hebra, so we don't even need to look at Hebra again. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. And dang, we already got Karak. That means there's 4 more somewhere. Yeah, I already hit Hyrule. Well, I'm drawing a blank. This always happens with the last handful of shrines. And they're usually obvious ones, and as soon as I see it like on a dungeon map or something, it's like, oh yeah, there it is! Like it bothers me that I couldn't remember it. I also want to make sure I didn't activate anything and I didn't like complete it. Because that's another common problem of mine. And it's tough for me to see the yellow sometimes in the shrine icon. Real tough. But no, these all look pretty blued out to me. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm missing one in Death Mountain somewhere. But it's not coming to me like where it would be. Oh yeah, I'm blanking out. Unless I'm counting wrong. Now I got 4 stamps out, or pins out. That's 4. Eventide and Temple, that's 6. And I think I had 10 left. Unless I read that wrong. Yeah, we're at 110, so I'm definitely missing 4 somewhere. Okay, wow, my brains are starting to turn into mashed potatoes. So I think, yeah, I'll just have to find those on a dungeon map or something so I know where we're going. Or maybe I'll pull that dungeon map up next time we log in. And that'll get us squared away on where these last 4 shrines are going to be. Kind of funny, they're not coming to mind, though. Like, normally I'm pretty good about just looking at the map and seeing it. It's really bothering me that I'm blanking out right now. All right, yeah, we'll sort that out later. All right, guys, let's catch up on a little chat, and then I'll bid you all farewell. I got to do my adulting for the day. Looks like me and Dee Dee are in the same boat today. She's working and lurking, and I need to turn the game off so I can do my adulting. Yeah, if it's raining, that's going to ruin your Blood Moon fun. So yeah, Brian Austin, that was a common problem of mine. I relied on bow and arrows so much, I couldn't keep up with the arrow demand. That's when I started learning different like ground attacks with weapons and stuff so I could even that out better. But yeah, it's definitely real, like keeping up with the arrow demand in that game. Just be thorough with your chest looting is my best advice. The arrows will come. Crates, metal and wooden, break them all. Actually, I don't know if there's metal crates in TOTK. But yeah, crates and barrels, things of that nature, break them all. And then, of course, all your beetles and all the stables and stores, you know, just go around and do your buying when necessary. Yeah, so it's funny you say that, Link Mario. I used to have a very fast metabolism. I could eat 6-7 times a day, and it was always garbage. And people always wondered like how I could do it and not gain an ounce. Well, then I turned to like 38 3/4 or something. I don't know what that magic number was, but then it just all turned into mush overnight. It was like even looking at that food now, I turned into a muffin top around the waistline. It's terrible. All right, Boomin. Yeah, thank you so much. Glad you were able to hang out today. Have a good day. So yeah, Wanda, there's one on Eventide, but I wasn't counting that one. So yeah, we have Eventide way down here, and then we have the temple way up here. So that's 2, plus the 4 pins I've got down. That makes it 6. Which means I'm missing 4 shrines somewhere. And they're just not coming to me right now. So yeah, I'll probably have to bump those against a dungeon map next week. I'm going to try to do it off memory. You know, maybe by next week something will pop in there. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Haha, Wanda, bingo, mashed potatoes. It was funny when I said that word, I wondered if that was the word you were missing. So crazy. It was like I was reading your ESP telepathy thoughts there. So it's funny, me and my friend from high school, Joker Plays, we have that going on. We can literally read each other's minds. When he's thinking about me, like intently, or thinking about a memory or something that we need to go do, like, I'll think of him. And I'll message him. I'll be like, hey, dude, like, what's up? Are you just thinking about me? Yeah, man, that's so crazy. And vice versa. Like, it's so wild that we have that. Another friend of mine, too, Rosie, him and I do the same thing. Absolutely wild. So, yeah, I definitely think there's something to that. Me and my mom do it. Like, I'll give her a call. She's like, I was just thinking about you. And it's like, funny, me too. Like, that's why I called you. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Brian Austin, and now I want coffee. So good. Oh, wow, Marigold. Yeah, definitely want to wish you good luck, and I'll send prayers your way. For your pup there. Definitely hope that goes well. That's a big deal for animals. Alright, folks, yeah, again, getting back to adulting, I do need to get going here so I'm not late. Definitely appreciated having you all today, as always. Guys, so much fun, so thank you all for being a big part of this. Before I go, if you wouldn't mind, just as a friendly reminder, taking a moment to like, share, subscribe, comment. I always really do appreciate those things. And guys, that really does support the channel. I get a lot of emails asking, like, how can I support the channel? Honestly, you're already doing it. Just, you know, with the watch time and the likes make a big difference. Just one like can make a huge difference in the showability of the video, as I'm learning now. So like, say it's already got like 26 likes. If somebody likes again and makes it 27, it helps. The comments, they help. So just everything you're already doing, thank you so much for it. That's already huge support. All right, guys, we'll see y'all next weekend.